Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and in this video, we are going to talk about the Fire Night tournament going on right now because it is a special one where you can only use epic champions to clear it and have yourself in the running to win some relentless gear, some charms, and also we've got some awakening mechanics on the right as guaranteed rewards. So typically these are decently reasonable to win if you spend a lot of energy on them, but worth noting that you do want to keep in mind that the fusion is going to be starting soon, so maybe don't YOLO all of your resources. You want to make sure you're able to fuse successfully if you are interested in going after Marinix launching tomorrow. But I'm going to show you my team and we're going to talk about some of the best champions to keep an eye out if you are putting together a roster to clear the epic only Fire Night successfully. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so right out the gate, don't feel bad if you're dropping the stages down. I say this in every video like this, but actually the best energy spent per tournament point gained ratio is on stage 20. So you don't have to force yourself to do stage 25, but some people like to get the blend between like the better gear of stages 24 and 25 and maybe sacrifice that small hit to tournament point per energy efficiency. So I'm going to be doing stage 25 and I'm going to show you the team that I am running. I'll show you how it functions, and then afterwards we'll talk about some of the custom presets if you're looking to consider a team like this. I can also pop up RSL so you can see all of the stats. So right now I'm working with RG as the leader, there isn't really that great of an option besides that in the team I'm using, so I might as well get a little bit of extra attack. We've got Allure in there for the obvious A1 turn meter suppression. We've got Seer to blast through the nuking down of the waves, and we've got Stagnite there for the defense break, the decreased speed, and the multi-hitter on the A1. He is awesome for an event like this. And then we've got Archmage in there for everything that he does to help the Seer nuke harder and to also suppress some of the waves with an AoE stun set. If you build him with high crit, he can do some decent CC if you've got him in something like a stun set. Now, the way that my team is typically functioning is I will get to the boss around 1 minute, sometimes just under, somewhere around 55 seconds to 1 minute is when I pull up to the boss fight, which you're about to see right now as I pull up. Yep, 55 seconds to get to the boss, and then I will I'll win the actual dungeon somewhere around, I'm gonna guess, I'm gonna go on record 209. Let's do that. Let's guess that. So somewhere around like 205 to 215 is my typical runs when I'm blasting down the Fire Night with this team and with the stats that you see down there. Really nothing super outlandish or special. There's no one with like 330 speed or anything like that. This is all pretty realistic for end game players. It's good gear, but I've been playing for a while, so anybody that's been playing and is super end game, this would be categorized as realistic gear. So yeah, after I show you my run, I'm going to walk you through the actual AI setup. There is a couple things you want to take note of when you're making sure that you're ready to blast down the shield and clear the dungeon efficiently. And then we'll also talk about some of the other like 10, 15, 20 champions, if you're not using my exact team, that you may want to think about taking advantage of and giving a look for an event like this where we are doing epic only Fire Night. So how are we going to do here? 2 minutes. I said 209. Looks like I'm going to be wrong, I think. Oh, okay. 207. So yeah, somewhere between 205 and 215 is typically where I end up. And yeah, I'm going to mostly consider that a win. I was able to throw this together pretty quickly based on some of the gear that I had. I really only had to clean up some of the gear on Archmage, and then I made Royal Guard a little bit faster or whatever. But it was mostly just plug and play based on what I already had built. So I'll take that as a win. And maybe I'll be able to win some relentless gear and scoop up some of those rewards on the right side. Now, as far as the custom presets, if you were going to be building a team like mine, so for Royal Guard, if you're using him, one thing you might want to consider doing is locking out Hamstring on A2 or on round 2, because you want him to have it available as the opener on the Fire Night Shield because it is a 4-hitter. So you can really blast through the shield if RG has that ability ready to use against the Fire Night. Allure, you probably just want to go through and lock her out to do only her default ability, because that's where we're getting all of our turn meter suppression, and that is obviously super useful. Seer, some people like to disable the A2, the clan banner, if you don't need that extra buff and you don't want your Seer kind of using the A2 there. I also like to open up with the A1 just to get that extra hit on the shield and not roast through my my Karma burn. Stagnite, same thing. You want him to open up with the A1. Again, against the Fire Knight. We remember we want to open up with blasting down that shield. You don't have to worry about really anything else because it's not a cooldown ability, so he'll have it available. Archmage, I just mostly left him as normal and considered it ready to rock. Just a few simple changes there, and my team is about a 2-minute on Fire Knight 25. And I actually have to edit the name here. It's still saying Fire Knight 20. Originally, I thought I was going to go the route of just building a quick Fire Knight 20 team and calling it a day without having to worry about Fire Knight 25. But I was able to get it done decently, reasonably, and make level 25 work. We had fun kind of building it on stream and just mixing and matching quick for a few minutes. And then we were able to knock it down. So now let's talk about some other champions to watch out for if you're not using this exact team. I think depending on the stage that you're on, maybe if RG is weak on one of those 4 stages, you can think about Husk because he does do a pretty hard nuke scaling off of enemy max HP here on the A2. So definitely consider Husk if RG is going to be a weak affinity compared to the stage that you're clearing. Deacon Armstrong is also an amazing endgame viable option for the Fire Knight. So if you've got a Deacon on your account, definitely consider adding him to the team for everything that he would bring to that fight. Then as far as like your general utility damage dealers to look out for, Dark Kale could be kind of fun as an epic champion if you have him from the Doom Tower clearing. I think Magnar would be great. A very hard hitting HP scaling tanky champion. Spirit Affinity also if you're doing level 20 or something like that. Don't sleep on Whisper. Whisper can crank out damage, extra turns, and all sorts of craziness that she brings to the table. A lot of people also forget about Fenchi, but he's got a triple hitter that places decreased speed and lots of multi-hitting turn meter type stuff. Suppression would be really good for an event like this as a damage dealer as well. Some other champions just really quickly to rattle off that I've got written down here to take note of would be like Urdakata. Diuk would be kind of similar to Stagnite a little bit. Skull Crusher if you want to build a counterattack composition. You've got Schemefos, Godseeker as a really good support. Miscreated Monster for some CC. Vogoth actually would be really good because he's got a triple hitter and lots of heals. Fane can crank out damage similar to like a Whisper or something like that. Tayrell, Oboro, Fabrican the Fat, Geomancer, Ugo, and Venomage are some of the other ones that I wrote down here to consider just to keep in the front of your mind when you are building a team in the context of an epic only Fire Knight. So yeah, that is the team that I'm using and the thought process behind it, and some other champions to think about watching out for if you are setting out to do some damage in this this epic Fire Knight tournament. But remember, like I said in the intro, you want to be careful about the fusion starting tomorrow, and just keep in mind if you're saving up resources for that or not. Also, head over to the community tab on the channel and vote on the poll that we've got over there about the fusion starting tomorrow, and let us know your thoughts. We've got a few hundred votes right now. It looks like it's scaling towards no. We may end up at about a 20-80, 25-75 ratio of yes to no for most of you out there so far, kind of leaning towards not wanting to go crazy on the Marinix fusion starting tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, I'll get a video out here on the channel, and we'll talk about the fusion kicking off, and we'll go over the poll and all that stuff. Also, I've been doing YouTube for like 14 years, and this is the first time I was able to do an image with a poll, so that's exciting. We can make more interesting and more fancy looking polls over on the community tab. And I like to do a few of those every week just to keep tabs of how the player base is thinking. But yeah, anyway, that'll do it for me on this one. As always, remember to subscribe on your way out if you enjoy daily Raid Shadow Legends content. I'll see you soon in the next video. Good luck in the fusion tomorrow. Peace.